Yes, I think you should do it. Obviously there's going to be more to this video than a one-word answer. Don't worry, I will go into more detail. But anyway, if any of you are new here, then I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Mabel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And on this channel, I make videos with tips of moving to the UAE, talking about my life here in the UAE, and I also have weekly vlogs. So if you're one of these people that are considering a move to the UAE, even if it's just a daydream at the moment, then give my channel a subscribe because I think I have a lot of content that you'll love. Okay, so as you can see from the title of the video, we're going to be talking about moving to the UAE, and if you've searched for this on YouTube, then you're probably considering your move for sometime next year, which is super exciting. So first of all, good for you for even considering it and doing some research. It's very, very exciting, and you know, I'm such a big believer of people to just going out there and getting the life that they want and the life of their dreams. So if you're about to make the biggest move of your life so far, then you're in the right place. I'm here to help. So let's get into the video. I think people hear the word Dubai and they just think, oh, money, people over there are making loads of money, and people might be kind of like drawn to that initially, but you know, I want to make it clear that this video is not just going to be, you can make a lot of money over in Dubai. Like, definitely not. Like, living in the UAE, there's so much to it that I want to talk to you about. Yeah, actually let's start with jobs and salary. So I can only speak from my personal experience. Now, a little bit about me, I've lived in the UAE for nearly 4 years, so I feel like I've kind of earned the right to give out advice. You know, I know what I'm doing here, and I'm happy here, and I want to, you know, at the same time, I don't want this to be some kind of like weird propaganda, like saying that everything's great. No, I will keep it real. There's downsides too, and I actually have another video all about the downsides of living in Dubai, so after you've watched this one, go and watch that one. Like I said, I've lived here for nearly 4 years, so I've had a really, you know, kind of good experience that I want to kind of share, you know, my experiences with my subscribers. So as much as I don't want to make this video too much about the salary, I do think it's a good place to start because I'm not gonna lie, it was what got me here in the first place. Every single industry is different. Overall, as it's a tax-free country, you can earn a lot of money here. So I'm gonna, you know, put that on the scoreboard as one point to Dubai. So yeah, I think it's definitely something to consider if you are, you know, if you were like me and you're in a job where you just feel like you're getting totally underpaid and not what you're worth, then it's always nice to think about what you could be earning over in another country and just explore your options. But let's back up a bit. Maybe you haven't even decided what you want to do as a career, or maybe you don't, you know, you're not working at the moment, and maybe you just have no idea. Let's talk about the kind of jobs that you can get in Dubai and in the UAE. Every time I go to a bar and meet people in Dubai, I'm always asked, are you an air hostess? Are you a teacher? Because they are the most common, I'd say, expat jobs here in the UAE, and I'm actually neither of those things, but I do get asked it all the time, and I think that just goes to show how many teachers and air hostesses there are. So I don't actually know that much about what it's like to be an Emirates air hostess, but I know there is a lot of them over here, so I can imagine it's a really amazing opportunity to do. That's one option. Being a teacher, my boyfriend is actually a teacher, so I feel like I've seen what it's like. Also a really amazing opportunity to get out of your home country and be in a totally new environment, work with totally new people, and you can do that in pretty much, you know, any of the subjects. For example, my boyfriend is a PE teacher. Then I'd say, I'm trying to think of all the jobs that I know that a lot of like expats, especially British expats, have over here. I'd say a lot work in real estate, a lot work in recruitment, and then my industry, which is kind of marketing and e-commerce. But that is not to say that you won't find a job in literally anything, but they are the ones that, in my experience, I know that a lot of expats hold these kind of jobs. There is also a lot of money, I think, to be made in kind of finance roles here and in project management and development roles here, but I'm not going to pretend I know too much about all of those because I don't. But the point I want to make starting this video is that there is a lot of opportunities over here, so this is something you should really consider when choosing where you want to move. Maybe you're one of these people that isn't sure where they want to live, or maybe you've just finished uni. I remember when I moved over here, I was looking for a job in London, but then I was like, actually, why am I even limiting myself to the UK? And that's when I started looking worldwide. You know, if you're one of those people and you have the kind of luxury to pick and choose, spin a globe and pick where you want to go, I'd say from a careers angle, you want to pick somewhere where there's a lot of employment opportunities, and Dubai and the UAE definitely has that. During COVID, I would say, like everywhere in the world, there was definitely a big lull in opportunities, and I had so many people messaging me on Instagram like, there's no jobs anymore, I'm giving up. And I was like, no, don't give up. And I feel like we truly have come out the other side now. I spend quite a lot of time on LinkedIn. I sometimes am looking for clients on LinkedIn, more about what I do later. I see that there's so many jobs being posted in my industry, so you know, I really hope that it's the same in all the industries now that all the events and tourism is back. The point I'm trying to make is there is a lot of opportunity here. That sounds a bit definite, but you know, I'm pretty sure you will get paid more than whatever you're paying in the UK if you're watching in the UK. Okay, let's move on to quality of life. Maybe you follow someone on Instagram that has moved to Dubai, or you know someone who knows someone that has moved to Dubai, and you're always seeing these images of a yacht party or a brunch with champagne in hand. It's a lot of fun. Maybe they're jet skiing on the weekend. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes life does really feel like a montage of all that good stuff, and it is really amazing to feel like you can step out of your front door on the weekend and just have so much to do, as if you're in like an adult's theme park or something. Like, there is literally something for everyone. You know, the yacht parties and brunches came to mind because they're something that I'm interested in. But if that's not for you and you're more interested in like going hiking, going camping, or like water sports, or literally anything, there really is something for everyone here. You know, wellness, yoga studios, meditation, like there is so much here that it feels so exciting. I guess like in any major city, that you feel like that you have just a world of opportunity on your doorstep, which is amazing. And this is one of the reasons I really love my life in the UAE, is because I feel like there is no days off, which suits me just fine. Like, I feel like in the UK, this is something me and my friends have said quite a few times, in the UK, and I'm comparing it to the UK because that's where I'm from, so that's all I have to compare it to. But in the UK, you know, at the weekend, you've got your Saturday, and then your Sunday, you'll probably just spend it wrapped in a duvet on the sofa, or it's a like, I feel like Sunday is always just a write-off day. But here, on a Saturday, Friday and Saturday, the weekend here by the way, you'll never just have an off day. Like, nobody ever is just having a day not doing anything. There's always something to do. There's always people to go and see and have fun with. So yeah, I would say there's no downtime, but in a good way. So yeah, that's point number 2. I just wanted to say what an exciting and kind of vibrant city it really is to live in. So yeah, that's point number 2. Point number 3 is safety. Dubai was actually just ranked as the safest place for women worldwide, and this is something that I am so grateful for every single day. Honestly, I really am. And an eye on the news stories of things happening other places in the world, and they really do terrify me. And I think, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, you want to live in a community that feels safe. For the women that are watching, I know that everyone can relate to that feeling of walking home alone and being scared with your keys in your hand, etc. And I can confidently say that I've really never felt unsafe here. You know, I've lived in apartment buildings and they all have 24-hour security teams. The crime rate is incredibly low. It's incredibly respectful towards women. So yeah, that's going to be my point number 3. And I actually do have another video all about what I feel specifically as a woman about feeling safe in the UAE, so definitely go and check that out after you watch this video. Now let's talk about something that I think is holding most people back from the life of their dreams. Not saying that's necessarily in the UAE, but I'm just saying in general. You know, there's always something that people will want to do, and they will feel like they can't reach that goal because they're scared of what people will think, they're scared of what their family will think, they're scared of leaving their comfort zone. So So not only have I lived in the UAE for nearly 4 years, but I've actually had 4 of my friends from home move out here in the past 2 years, because I think they've seen my life, which I'm loving. I'm so grateful for my amazing life here. They've seen that and taken that leap themselves. And something that I've said to every single one of them is, if you want to try it out, just do it, because you've got nothing to lose, you know, you really don't. And if you don't like it here, you can just go back. It's, you know, nothing bad is gonna happen. You know, it's not a trick. You don't have to stay for years if you don't want to. You know, I'm saying I've lived here for 4 years. You don't have to stay that long if you don't want to. You can stay a month, you can stay a week. So yeah, I think people put on this incredible pressure on themselves to make this big move, when really it doesn't need to be that deep. You can just like see what it's like, and then if you really don't like it, that's fine. Just move back again, or move somewhere else, try somewhere else, go forth into the world and find somewhere better. I dare you. No, I'm joking, of course, but yeah, it's not for everyone. Like, I'd be lying if I said it was for everyone. It's of course not for everyone, just like everywhere in the world. Yeah, I think the point I'm trying to make is that you don't need to be so afraid of this like life-changing transition, when you know in your mind it doesn't need to be permanent unless you make it permanent. Does that make sense? And finally, I know a lot of people would probably be thinking, won't I miss my family? Won't I miss my friends? Yeah, you will. That's it. You will. But you know, that shouldn't stop you from going after the life that you really want. You know, we're in a world where we're more connected than ever. I still know what both my younger sisters are doing most days, and you know, when you do get reunited, whether they come to visit you or whether you go back home, it really is the best feeling. And I would say that the distance, even though it's hard, it is worth it. Sometimes, you know, you really have to go and make your own choices and take the life that you want. And I'd say that if you're gonna miss your family, that's inevitable, but it shouldn't be a deal breaker. So I'm gonna leave this video here. I know it was just a kind of little taster into all of these different topics, but I have talked about all of the points that I've made in a lot more detail in my other videos. So if you're interested, I would definitely recommend that you check out the rest of my channel, because I'm sure you'll find it helpful and informative if you're thinking of moving to Dubai and to the UAE. And thank you very much for joining me on my channel today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.